So the first tip to banking faster is to utilize the deposit inventory button. That's this little backpack. With that, it's going to deposit all of your items unless you reach the maximum allotted. So for members, it's 800. But that's not always useful. Say if you wanted to keep an item out, say if you're rune crafting, for instance, and you only wanted to deposit your pure essence, what you can use is bank fillers. So to use a bank filler in the top right, you're going to show the menu and then you're going to click Fill Bank. So what that did is it put these fillers here, that way it's at 800. So it won't deposit unique items. It'll deposit this pure essence because I already have some in my bank. So when I click Deposit Inventory, the pure essence, the pouches, are going to stay in my inventory. So this is useful definitely when you're rune crafting, maybe when you're smithing and you need to keep your hammer out but want to deposit your other items. So there's a lot of uses to that. The second is and the third is going to be the escape to close interface. So instead of having to hit this small little X button up here, what you can do is hit the escape key, or you can program your mouse button to escape. So even though I'm not going to click the X, I just hit escape and that'll close the interface. To be able to do that, you just need to go to the key binding menu. That's a little wrench down here, and then to the little joystick console, and then the F1. And then here it says escape closes current interface. That needs to be checked. So now every time you hit escape, it'll close down. You can also do some other key bindings up here as well. Next is using noted items. So what you can do is you can use noted items on both the bank booth or the teller. This is useful, say if you have a bunch of mithril darts you want to smith, and you just withdraw all of them here in noted form, and then so when you're over here, what you can do is just use the noted on the bank booth or the banker. Run over there, and then to bank faster, you don't have to open the interface. All you can do is hit yes, or easier is hit 1 on the keyboard, or bind a button on your mouse to hit 1, and then it'll unnote all of them, which is very useful. So if you're fishing monkfish or something, instead of having to put in your PIN to access your bank, you can actually just use an item on a bank deposit box. This is a little bit less useful now that they have the hop timer that it remembers you're already logged into your bank. But what you can do is you can use an item on here, and then once again you can already be hitting 4 on your keyboard or your program mouse, and it'll deposit all of them. So that's really helpful when you're just wanting to deposit quickly, whether you're mining or fishing. Those are probably the most useful. You can also change the location in your bank. So say if you're needing to withdraw items and then teleport right away with like an ecto file or something. So you say you have your ecto file out and you need to withdraw a bunch of bone meal or something. Let's see if I have any. I don't right now. Let's say this was all a bunch of bone meal. What I would want to do is have it as close as I can horizontally to the ecto file. So I would want all my bones in this location right down here. Or say if we just use bars for example, I'd put them right here. That way I can withdraw them all and then close down, and then it's going to be close to the ecto file. So that's a nice little tip. And sometimes that can be a little bit farther away, or say if you're using your bank constantly. In this fix mode, I don't think you can get quite as close, I guess if you rotate it, but a lot of times the fix mode can come in handy to get closer, so you don't have to have your mouse travel as far as a distance. If you have OS Buddy Pro, one of the really cool things you can do are screen markers. What that'll do is it'll put a little colored box of where you should click. So say if you always have your screen rotated like this, and you know exactly maybe where in this location right here that you should click, or to withdraw as well. So say if you want to withdraw your pure essence for rune crafting really quick, you can just have little squares right here, and then you can withdraw real quick without having to guess of where they're going to be at when the interface opens up. And then the last is definitely if you have a mouse with programmable buttons, take advantage of that. This space bar is great to program, or 1 or 4, whatever you're going to be using. Definitely escape, that's the most handy. That way you can close the interfaces down really quickly. So hopefully that helped you bank a little bit more efficiently.